Hi, I'm Olive Von Topp, burlesque performer and empowerment coach, and today I want to talk about self-trust. So self-trust is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's trusting yourself. It's knowing that you will be kind to yourself, that you will show up for yourself no matter what, and give yourself what you need. So it's like, keeping your word to yourself. And why it's important is because essentially it makes our lives easier. So it certainly helps us make the changes necessary in our lives that help us with growth and help us to reach our goals. So for example, when we trust ourselves in life and we're willing to take risks that are necessary for success. So I've talked about this in other videos, that obviously if we want to be successful, we need to be able to take risks, to do things differently, to try new things, in order to reach those goals. So in order to be able to do that, we need to know that we will be okay, and we will show up for ourselves when we fail, because we will inevitably fail. That's part of taking risks. So knowing that when I fail, I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to trust myself to show up for myself, to be kind, to not make this about me and not make me, be a failure, but rather this be a failure / learning lesson. So when we can know that in those moments we're going to be kind and supportive to ourselves, it's a lot easier to take those risks. Yeah. Also similarly, so when things are become difficult in our life, like perhaps we go through a breakup or we lose a loved one or a job, or this is really difficult decisions, that same level of like self-trust, knowing that we will be our own friend in those moments, is super important. And one of the ways that we help build self-trust is that in those moments when we show up for ourselves, we're building the blocks of future moments. So like, you think this is hard, you show up for yourself, you do what you need to do, which I'll talk about in a second, that in the future you can look back and say, I got through that really hard time before, I showed up for myself, I'm going to do it again. So that, again, knowing you can do things and that you will be supported in those things. Self-trust also helps us trust our own tuition, because we obviously trust ourselves and we're more attuned to some of the cues and listening to ourselves, as well as like not staying in perhaps toxic relationships, because we have that level of support from ourselves, and that we know we can give ourselves what we need rather than depend on someone else for it. So another way you can build self-trust is by these small moments and in making small changes. So often when we want to make big changes in our lives, we're like, I'm going to do all the things, I'm going to change this, I'm going to start running, I'm going to change my diet, I'm going to, like, whatever the change is, we decide we're going to change it all at once. And often what happens is we get really overwhelmed by that, and then we don't do it, understandably. So when we make small changes, small obtainable changes, we start building that confidence and building those building blocks of self-trust. So, if one of my goals is to be, let's say, healthier, and I decide I'm going to drink more water, I should drink more water. I'm deciding I'm going to drink more water for the next 2 weeks, then I do that, and however you do that, however you track that and know that you've done it, then it becomes easier to know, like, oh, I did that thing. You gain that confidence from having done the thing, and you use that for the next thing. So then it's like, well, what else can I change? Maybe I'll try this small change, and I know that I can do it. I've done it. I've maybe already implemented that. Maybe drinking water is now just a regular part of my life, which used to be a challenge, and now I'm going to try the next thing. And we keep doing that, and we build self-trust because we know we can do it, and we build confidence because we have put ourselves in difficult or challenging situations that we didn't think we could do, and we've done it. So we can apply that to the next thing. I thought that was really hard, but now I got through it. I learned how to, let's say in business, like, I learned how to write blogs or create a website or whatever it is. Now I can move on to the next thing. Like, I had the resources to, like, be able to research it, or talk to people about it, or maybe hire someone. So I'm going to take those things and apply it to the next, which is a level of confidence. We build our confidence. And some questions you can ask yourself in terms of building self-trust is, in those moments, what do I need right now? Asking yourself, what do I need? What would really help? What would really feel good? What would feel nourishing? And then asking yourself, how can I give that to myself? How can I show up for myself? How can I, give myself what I need in these moments and then do the thing? So we're really learning, I have these needs. I can take care of them. How can I do it? And then taking care of them. Other questions you can ask yourself just in perhaps journaling and thinking about self-trust is like, where are moments that I've showed up for myself in the past? When have I really been my own best friend or really been supportive of myself? What are some small changes I could make to build self-trust? And what are some thoughts that are available to me that would help build self-trust? So I like to use the one, again, when I go into a difficult situation or I'm trying something new that's unfamiliar, I'm going to feel like awkward or whatever, I like to tell myself that no matter what happens, I will take care of myself. And that helps me do the thing. So let me know what you think. Let me know how you've built self-trust. If you want to read more about this, you can check out my blog, olivevontopp.com/blog. I've got lots of other info there. And good luck. You got this.